What up, my freaks? Ruinous Insight here with part 42 of my Total Warhammer 2 modded Mazdamundi campaign. So as we saw last time, we are reaching the end of the campaign with most of our objectives achieved, and to be honest at this point, we're just waiting to A, confederate Mr. Grokgar, who we've had discovered for a while, B, I guess finish off the Sartosans, and then C, well, I guess also confederate at Slann, and then D, wait for Chaos to come and actually attack us, because that is part of both the long and the short campaign objectives. I really thought they would have arrived by now. It's taken quite some time, but hey, I guess we needed the time to confederate anyways, so for now, we're sitting pretty, and I have no intention of attacking many of the factions that are north of us, because they're good factions. I haven't decided whether we want to bother attacking the orcs or not. I mean, they're in here, but they're not really doing anything, nor are they really a particular threat. 26 settlements is not bad. Strength rank 5, also not bad. The only thing is, I feel like we might be able to get the last defenders to fight them, and then maybe the last defenders will consider themselves weaker by virtue of that, which would be of benefit to us. In fact, if we could... no, but we can't have you join war against greenskins because you're not fighting the greenskins yet. Oh well, we'll figure it out. Alrighty, let's start moving everybody around and then end off this turn by having Moff Cattell attack. We did stop him last time because there was a full stack there and we didn't know what was in it, but now we know, and therefore we should kill it. Let's have, well, I guess you can auto-resolve in Myrmidons because this is kind of a trash army, and I guess we could, if we really wanted to, fight this. Low casualties. Honestly, the Temple Guard would just go up top and clear the walls, and then there wouldn't really be much left. I'd really rather save the time, especially now that we're very, very close to the end of the campaign, and I have to hurry through it a little bit, because obviously updates and all that. This probably is not a battle worth fighting. Yeah, especially with all the trash tier units. Like, most of this is trash tier. Yeah, they have a Necrofax and a Terror guys, but yeah, screw it. Screw it. It's a waste of time. At least for now. Especially as it's a siege, and sieges just tend to be a lot easier than field battles, unfortunately. Kind of the opposite of what it's supposed to be. But, you know, that's just the nature of the game. Alright, you got a Sword of Swift Slaying, even though you don't need it. More importantly, you got yourself some perfect vigor. Keep leveling up the ogres. And what were we getting you? Unified Consciousness. I don't remember what exactly we were going through. I guess we could get Divine Warriors to buff up our Saurus a little bit more. Baleful Gaze would help. Strong Vigor. You don't need Strong Vigor because you have Perfect Vigor. Although the plus 50% movement speed, but plus 5% movement range for all armies faction wide. That's not horrible. I mean, it is faction wide. Let's get Alacrity. Go for it. Works for me. And I believe, yeah, that's it. I'll ignore the other, the hero's skill points and stuff. I'll do that between the episodes. And actually, I forgot to do it between the episodes this time. My bad. I was gonna. But then, because I didn't spend any money, because we're saving up for Grokgar, I figured, why do I do this? And then I didn't. Oh, well, Tehenowen. Move into Matorka, and then we'll hit Carrick and Gazar after. I guess we'll raise or sack both of these places. We still do need to do Messenger of the Gods, after all. We'll take Matorka. I guess. Yeah, just go for it. Just go for it. I'm really hoping that these guys do still have an army somewhere. Occupy this for now and just sit there. And, well, I guess we can get the assault for now, and then we'll just build walls. We can untax you, obviously. Oh, Akendorf is owned by the orcs, eh? So to take it, we'd have to declare war on them. Ooh, but we're getting very close to the Empire here as well. Now, who are you guys fighting? You're fighting the Vamps, and you're not fighting the orcs? The Empire is not fighting the orcs, wow. That's shocking. At least they're not allied, but it's still weird. Okay, Mazdamundi, you were headed somewhere. I actually didn't have any idea where I was going to head you next, because I figured Chaos would attack by now and we'd need you. You know what, just keep heading in this direction. Chaos is coming eventually. Might as well get to it over there. Speaking of over there, you, my friend, are going to grab this island. You're going to be in the sea for now. For a while, in fact. And then Barrels of Rum, I guess. Trunk of Map's not what I wanted, but at least we got a Luckstone out of it. And then you can move right out here and then grab that Skull Island afterwards, and keep gathering any island that you can get your Dino Oz on? I don't know. Moff Cattell, you're gonna wait, because you're gonna move last, because we're gonna fight with you. Nakai, is there anybody we want to fight out here? Gentleman Jenkins is one of the weakest, probably not worth our time. There's a mysterious island out here. I guess we can grab that, why not? I'm a little bit wary of heading out to sea and then having a giant Chaos Force spawn right outside and then attack, but we'll see. That's Moff Cattell. What do we have here? Gorok, Pradat. Well, Gorok, you do need to move while Pradat can just keep doing what Pradat is doing. Would this be a trespass? Do we have military access with you? We do not. What do you want to give us military access? Low. Would you take 10k for it? Okay, 13k. Would you take 13k? No, you would. Fine, fine, we'll move around this way then. We'll watch these guys annoy us, but whatever. Whatever, a little bit of attrition is not going to hurt us all that much. Well, I guess you can keep moving out here. Might have to just have you fight the orcs. I don't know, I'll think about it. Just sort of a for fun thing while we wait for chaos. Alternatively, we just keep building up our empire. Lord not moved, who else is left? Huntazak, we don't care about moving you. Is it Moff Cattell's turn yet? Oh wait, no, we need to move the tech thieves. Move the tech thieves first and then figure the other stuff out later. Oh, look who it is. It's Alethanar himself, and he's gonna grab the Shrine of Cain. Cute. You're gonna take it back. I guess the donut, they're taking back the donut, right? Alright, there's a success there. Nice, more tech stolen. And we have one more tech thief out there somewhere who has not yet moved. That would be Allah. Allah, steal from Hag Grief. 2 turns, yeah, steal from him, why not? 4-4-4-4, nice. The money generation. And, oh, you got a Zote Servant? I love Zote Servants, but those do not need to be on a non-army follower. Okie dokie, I believe that's it. What's our tech now? At 1042 and still at 2. What the hell percentage do we have to be at? Damn. Alright, well, hopefully soon. Ooh, before I forget, what are we at? 43 here. Gotta not forget that. So after this, we're immediately gonna get a couple of these things. So that will mean some money spent. You know what? That'll be money spent, but this will be some lives spent, specifically dwarf lives. Hit them, Moff Cattell, do it. Oh yeah, this is gonna be nice. Yeah, this is gonna be a good battle. Here we go. They do not have much in the way of artillery in that they don't have any, but they do have a fairly big army with a lot of range units. That's going to be a lot more trouble for our Pterodon riders, who I guess are probably a little bit complacent at this point, having killed tens of thousands of enemies. These guys are just ridiculous. Alrighty, well, let's get to it. Pyrrhic victory, you say. It sounds like it's going to be a toughie, and let's see if we can't have a good time in cinematic battle. Go. Alrighty, Ironbrow Expedition's last stand, and immediately they get kind of screwed. Mostly because this is a choke point battle. Now, generally speaking, choke point battles, ooh, we got more pyramids with skylights and stuff, or just the one, I guess. But still. Why is there no skylight here? Or there, I suppose, or there. Light the beacons. Anyway, what I was saying was, while the dwarves do generally benefit from these sorts of maps, obviously the AI is not particularly good at them, and we've seen them fail at this sort of thing before. Especially because they have a larger force than we do. We do benefit thus more from the choke point. Plus, once again, we do have the flyers, which can get around the enemy army, although we are obviously in danger from all the enemy range units, which we do not have the same sort of numbers. Now, starting off the battle, we have our Pterodon riders with Fire Liege Bolas ripping apart a unit of Slayers. Kind of a waste of a lot of ammunition, to be perfectly honest. I a little bit regret this and probably should have just done this more with a couple of units with the hero. Basically, my intention here was to soften up the Slayers so that they were not able to interfere with Box, who would be able to assassinate this Lord without without interference. Oh wow, it doesn't even knock him down very much. Yeah, I guess he has a decent amount of mass resistance now in the mod. Lovely. Also makes sense for a dwarf, but to be fair, a Carnosaur charging you. Kind of hard to say. Oh, there we go. He got knocked back that time. And here come the Slayers. A little bit annoying. Fortunately, we don't really fear damage to the Carnosaur from the Fire Leech Bolas, so we're free to just keep killing those Slayers. And once again, yeah, a definite waste of ammunition, because they wasted each about 33% of what they had, and they definitely could have used that more on the enemy army. Speaking of the enemy army, it's a pretty big one. We got, well, we definitely got more than one stack here. I don't know exactly remember anymore how much more, but it's fairly important to see just how many range units that they have. So damn many Quarrelers. They could rip these guys apart if they focus them quite easily. Now the enemy lord has fallen over here, and the first army, well, quote-unquote army, is out of the picture, but we still have the main portion of the battle to fight. Now I was betting that the enemy army, or the AI rather, would attack here, because this is where the vast bulk of our army is concentrated, and generally that's how the AI likes to play it. However, for once, this is not quite what the AI decided to do, maybe because there were units already over here and it decided to help them, but by and large, it split its force and sent about half or maybe a little bit more to one side, and then the others to this side, so we will have to reorient. But in the meantime, we do have our Ancient Salamanders as well as our Basties with solar engines firing, and this is a pretty good target-rich environment we've got going on over here, especially for the Ancient Salamanders, but damn, that's a lot of dwarves coming over the hills. And here we go, the fireworks are let loose as the enemy charges. Fortunately, the enemy doesn't have anything like iron breakers. If they had iron breakers, they could rip apart our Saurus just by chucking their satchel charges at them. But with only Longbeards on the enemy side, it's not nearly as big of an issue. But yeah, we can see, look at how many range units are here, and there's even more heading to this side. They've got like a dozen frickin' Quarrelers on the map. It's pretty damn ridiculous. They could have absolutely ripped apart our Salamanders, or well, really anything but the Saurus who are shielded, if they focus them down properly. We, however, do have the long range and the relatively powerful AoE ability of the Ancient Salamanders to target the enemy. Well, Rangers and Quarrelers. Now, you'd probably be thinking, why target the... Oh, there goes the Lizard Dome. Why target them with the Ancient Salamanders instead of the Basties with solar engines, who could also, you know, blind them and prevent them from being effective? That's true. But, here's the issue. These guys can't actually shoot over there because of these hills. You can see that the Quarrelers are actually firing from behind the hills, and thus no range on the Basties with solar engines. They could, in theory, move over here and fire down onto those guys, which I will tell them to do later, but unfortunately no use in blinding the Quarrelers, so it'll be up to the Ancient Salamanders to dish out the damage there. In addition to that, we had originally started by having 5 units of Saurus on this side of the map and 2 here, but seeing as how the enemy actually moved the vast majority of its melee units, like 2 or 3 times as many, in addition to all of its lords and heroes to this side, we are definitely having to change up the positioning. 2 more units of Saurus are heading out this way, so it'll be 4 and 3, and we are getting our Slann Mage Moff Cattell over here as well to help protect all these guys, plus the Basties are going to move here to start ripping apart this giant force of melee units. On the bright side, because these are the Blessed Source and they have the Salamanders to protect them, these relatively small numbers are not really any kind of threat to them, although I do wish that the Salamanders would hit the blobs more with their fireworks instead of on the edges of blobs. We can also see just how much damage the Ancient Salamanders have done with just 1 or 2 volleys maybe, and the Quarrelers are definitely losing both units and HP, so it's quite effective to have the Ancient Salamanders kill range units. I can see, there you go. Very nice. Very nice each time. So they can focus that. We have Moff Cattell dropping a piercing bolts of burning on the enemy blob as it approaches, and now we are also getting our ace flyers moving in to start ripping apart those range units, or trying to rip them apart. We will see just how effective in a second. Fortunately here, the Saurus are going to be able to hold the line. I mean, that's a lot of dwarfs. It's definitely a lot. Man, if we had a Wind of Death or something like that to put through this, or, oh, a Burning Head. Actually, no, a Burning Head would probably be not super effective. Even Overcast. But on the bright side, we do have these guys, as I said, firing down from their pretty neat position. We got a bolt of the old ones flying in onto the enemy Quarlers. Gotta try to, you know, delete as many of the Quarlers as possible. We can see the first of the enemy is routing over here, and I have been switching targets, as you can probably tell, on these Quarlers with the Ancient Salamanders, just to spread out as much splash as possible. Over here, the main force of the enemy units that has attacked this flank is pretty much broken, but we expected that. It's this location where we will have the majority of our fights. So let's get back to it. The Slann is going to move in. We're going to continue getting artillery support. We also summoned our Terminators over here to try to hit these dwarfs in the back. And there we go. The Ace Flyers are in as well. They're doing quite well, obviously. They have not yet taken much damage, but to be fair, the enemy had not yet started focusing them. We can see the Quarlers now turning instead of the Saurus over here to fire on the Pterodon Riders, which is obviously quite dangerous. Fortunately for the Pterodon Riders, the enemy has blobbed up, and we do have a bomb air support. In both a literal and a figurative fashion. There we go. Very nice from that one hit of those bombs deleted a lot of those units, and then we can just swap out our Pterodon Riders, who are now starting to take damage, as you can see on this one. And these guys are going to swap out the ones that have used their bombs, moving back to keep attacking the Quarlers, whereas these guys keep moving in to keep attacking the ones with with their bombs. Quite effective. I think this turned out to be a really nice kill box, or kill zone, or whatever you want to call it here, with the Terminators on one side, with the dwarves sort of stuck in this location, dropping bombs on them. It's pretty cool. And the artillery just smacking at them as well. Damn, there's some damn large lily pads. Wow. A lily pad that is like supporting a freaking bastion or something. Anyway, over here, the dwarves, a decent number of them are starting to either waver or rout, and the same thing is starting to happen to the Quarlers over here. We are backing off a little bit because these guys are annoying, but the Ancient Salamanders have done a good job, you know, depleting their numbers, although unfortunately the Ancient Salamanders don't really have much ammo left, so a couple more shots and they'll be out of the picture. I have been saving the Carnosaur from going in. I wanted to send it against the enemy lords, and that will happen in a few seconds, but I did also want them to rout all these guys and disapply the fear and the terror. And there we go, another piercing bolts are burning right in the middle of all this. The enemy uses a scorching ring of fire or something, but it's not really going to do all that much. Turned out to be a really fun battle. I do kind of wish it wasn't a choke point battle on the one hand, but on the other hand, it turned out to be really fun because we got to make this this kill box. So, you know, I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted because I feel like it would have been a more difficult battle if it had not been the choke point, but otherwise. It also turned out to be damn nice and cinematic, and that is so many dwarfs. And there we go. It looks like the vast majority of their army is now starting to get ready to rout. There are a decent amount of lords and heroes still remaining, but Moff Cattell and Boxa are getting to work on them. They've got 3 over here, but they're about to get depleted. These guys have held the line quite well and have killed all of those Longbeards, and we did send the Ancient Salamanders to attack in melee. They do have fairly decent melee stats with 76 melee attack, especially when the enemy tries to run away and doesn't hit them back. Plus, they've got armor piercing and are fairly fast. 83. They can run at you. Like, they're what, 2 to 3 times faster than dwarfs. So that's got to be a scary sight when one of those things comes charging at you. And once again, the Pterodon riders with fire leech bolts, they took some damage, but not nearly as much as I thought, and they did still manage to clean house. Look at all the heavily damaged ranged units here. They've basically dropped them all to about 25% HP or lower, while our Saurus have held the line and were held the kill box here. Speaking of the kill box, we are now we're having the Salamanders, even though they did have a lot of ammunition left, just charge in, attack in melee, and clean up any enemy runners, or as many enemy runners as possible because, of course, we will have to keep fighting this. Box is going to chase down the enemy lords. Thorek, in particular, is running away to the other side of his army. Seems like a cowardly thing to do. He thinks that everybody's going to chase the army and then thereby get distracted, but I guess that doesn't fool Blokzek, who's going to chase him down and kill him. I was really hoping he'd die on the when I had said kill him. It would have been perfect, but he had to wait. Wait there. I think one more hit should do it. Unless you miss. Oh, but the tail smack got him. Okay, worth it. That was pretty cool. Because it did look like he missed, hitting him or biting him. But anyway, chasing down as many enemy units as possible. I am going to obviously fast forward this, but very, very nice, everybody. We certainly took some damage on the Saurus. But that makes sense considering how long they were holding the line, and to be fair, a decent amount of that damage was coming in from some friendly fire and magic and all that. The only thing I think that didn't work out so well was we didn't get a lot of use out of our salamander hunting packs, interestingly enough. If I had fought this battle again, I would have positioned either the ancient salamanders to keep some of their ammunition, not having wasted it all on the enemy range. In fact, maybe once the enemy melee troops had been done here, what we should have done is sent these guys out to surround the rest of the enemies here, while the regular salamanders had a duel with the enemy range, whereas the ancient salamanders should have positioned themselves right here and fired into the kill box perpendicular, or rather right into the kill box. Kind of hard to say whether it's I guess the angle of fire would be parallel, but they'd sort of be, yeah, well, let's go with parallel. Anyway, that would have worked out quite well with the additional artillery support there, but it sounds like this didn't work out well. Anyway, let's see how we did in terms of damage. I'm quite curious to see who did the best between the Ancient Salamanders and the Fire Liege Bolas there. Alright, well, that's what I get for underestimating the frickin' Fire Liege Bolas after all they've done for us. Still an insane amount of damage, 28k, 35k, 20k on you, and 20k on you. Very, very nice. Definitely considerably better than all the Saurus, but obviously, once again, the Saurus are meant to hold the line, so that does make sense. Moff Cattell himself did about on par with one of the Pterodon riders, who did a little bit better. Very solid damage on the Basties, 34k on the Umbral Tide, and the other two, they did okay, but to be fair, they didn't spend a lot of time firing in this battle. And then, very, very impressed with the Ancient Salamanders, 31 and 32k. Both did really quite well, and both contributed greatly to obliterating the enemy range lines. So all of that, very nice. We're gonna kill an Etham, and we're just gonna take the rest of this. Very well done. Old Grump Slayer defeated Thorek Ironbrow. Magic item drop chance plus 25%. Armor piercing weapon damage plus 3 for Lord's Army. Oh, that's a lovely buff. Oh, I should have sent Mazdamundi here to take this buff. Damn. Oh well. Yeah, that would be a really great buff. Shame. Shame, both for the magic item drop chance and the armor piercing weapon damage. Although this should go on Gorok. Honestly, I would have loved this buff on pretty much every one of our lords. But alas, we will not get another time. A Lost Plateau. I think we can auto resolve this one. Low casualties, and it looks like nobody will die. So let us destroy Ironbrow's expedition. Although it's not much of an expedition when it's down here. Oh no, I guess it's still. I mean, it's still already in the mountains though. Alrighty, Ironbrow's expedition gone. We got some items, but more importantly, we are now bordering our quote-unquote friends, these particular wood elves. I still feel like they could declare war on us at any moment. I should have just killed them. I shouldn't have allied with them. Hopefully they don't, but I suppose we'll see. Moff Cattell, well done, buddy. You've earned a few turns of a rest. You will also get an upgrade. I guess we could get Astral Oracle on you, although I did really want to get Greater Arcane Conduit and the Blazing Sword of Ruin, obviously, but we'll get that at rank 15 regardless. You know what? Flamestorm really could have helped us in that battle. We already had basic Cascading Fire Cloak, I think, is tied to the Lord regardless, and you know what? Basic Flaming Sword of Ruin would also really be helpful. A lot of really helpful stuff for this guy. You know what? Let's start with the Flaming Sword of Ruin, I think. If nothing else, the extra weapon damage and stuff is really quite nice. Yeah, fine. It'll help our melee line apply fire damage as well, and then we can combine it with the Blazing Sword of Ruin. Wait, I thought this was like the Super Blazing Sword of Ruin. Blazing Sword of Ruin. Oh, this is Flaming Sword of Ruin. Okay, fine. Fair enough. Fair enough. Alrighty, what else do we gotta do this turn, if anything, other than generate more cash? And I don't believe there is actually anything that we gotta do this turn. And beautiful, therefore we are going to... Ooh, hello, what do we have here? Wait a second. Myrmidons, you have a decent amount of military hub stuff. Now, do we want to make you a military hub? Probably not, but I think we're missing the Weapons Crafters commune somewhere. Because I remember we needed, oh, I think it was for this. For the sequence of Enhanced Instinct, maybe? Or was it for the sequence of Expansion? Now, required building spawn pool, the Chosen, Temple Guard Barracks. Could it be this? Yeah, Weapons Crafters Commune, there it is, Sequence of the Global Plan. Yeah, I remember needing that and not having it, so you know what, we'll not get rid of this. We'll build walls here for now, but then we'll figure out the rest later. Yeah, there we go. And I guess we'll keep... Wait, this is a spawn pools building, so it does increase the capacity for Skink Chiefs by 1. Do we need more Skink Chiefs? We're stud 7 out of 6. Oh, we got a Skink Master, although Skink Master is honestly a pretty inferior trait. You know what, we don't need that. And honestly, we probably don't need this either. Unless we want to get more coatl. You know what, keep it for now, I'll think about it. We'll think about it, let's see, anybody else need to move? I don't believe that's the case, so then we can skip the rest of this, and the oh damn, there's a commandment available somewhere, my bad. That will be... Yeah, you would probably want to peace out, but I don't really care about that, so let's make a commandment. I guess growth, you know what? Let's just go for alignment of monuments. Screw it. Screw it. I want the extra research rate and the construction cost for this new province. In fact, what is your... You're also an alignment of monuments, and you've done quite well for yourself. Ooh, I really would like to upgrade that port, but we'll see. Let's get Skink Favelas here, and then let's end that turn. And not much time in this episode, unfortunately. Confederation between Eataine and Nagaroth. Well, that's a little bit unfortunate. Now I gotta think about this, because with Eataine, with Nagaroth no longer our ally, that was our only military ally. What do you want? You want a defensive alliance. I'm willing to bet, wait, how much? Low confederation. If we give you all of our cash, would you confederate? 96k? Moderate. Okay, so this guy would confederate. We'll get him last, though, I guess, because I don't want to hurt our reputation with Krokgar. That's for damn certain. Alright, we got some demolition complete. 180k now. Frickin' 180k. Alrighty, let's have Tehenowen, I guess, Berkvar. You want to siege this? Sack it, maybe? We don't actually want Berkvar because it's all Orky territory. Yeah, you know what? Let's sack it and see. Because we still do need to do this mission. Alright, go right here. This will be a decisive victory. Yeah, there's no need to fight this. Even with Tehenowen's army. Sack. A little bit more cash, I guess. And then campaign movement range right back to Matorka. Alright, hey, glittering scales. Okay, that made it worthwhile just by itself. Messenger of the Gods. Current total 1. Maybe I should have sacked this dwarven territory first, or we're gonna run out of territories. Well, whatever. We'll figure it out. Mount Arachnos, go there, please. Mazdamundi, still head to the coast. Where the hell is Chaos? To the coast, please. Cytochrome, you have another little auto-resolve here at the Skull Reef. We're just gonna wait until you find some chaos to fight. Yeah, Raid the Cove, auto-resolve, that should be easy. They would have had no chance to fight this. If they had something like 4 Necrophex Colossus, I would have obviously fought that. There was no reason for that. There we go. Another 20k. 212. All right, Krokgar. How about 212? Let's see. Alrighty, we are now at moving to 80 rep. Should probably give you some more gifts. Defensive Alliance is now green, which is nice. Payments. 212k. Still low. Krokgar, damn you. Go lose an army somewhere. Very tempted to do Defensive Alliance, but that'll probably hurt us. You know, offer 30,000 for the generous gift is a little bit much. Medium gift, you know what? No, just keep giving them small gifts. Give them small gifts every turn. Do we just do a defensive alliance? The thing is, I feel like still with the defensive alliance, it's not actually conducive to joining a confederation. I could be wrong, though. It will at least help our relationship. You know what? Fine. Fine, we'll do a defensive alliance. And we'll ask for some money back. Moderate, high. Let's go 2,300. I'm willing to bet he'd actually give us 3,300. I'm wrong. Fine. I guess he doesn't want the alliance that much. Alright, demand payment 2,300. There you go. Alrighty, and now, who are we allied with? Okay, so Eatane. We need to start giving you gifts to get that military alliance going. You still don't want it. How about 20 or 30k? They'll do it for 40, most likely. Our relationship is still going up, though. I guess, oh, we're actually getting benefit from attacking those pirates of Sartosa. That's swell. And they should be liking us even more for our hero actions against Nagaran. Actually, not really. +7 only, and we've been doing non-stop tech stealies. It's a little bit disappointing. Oh, well. Well, speaking of tech stealies, let's continue those. Go up here, please. Can't believe you confederated these. They were our buffer zone. And, game feels a little bit laggy for some reason. You... Oh. You didn't take it? Weird. Do this again. And then you steel tech from Alicia. I feel like they should have a reasonably easy time retaking all this once they're up there. And then, Mr. Kala, you are at 3, but you can still steel tech. Never don't steel tech. There we go. What's our tech at, by the way? 1080 is still at 2. Alright, 1100. Will 1100 be the magic number? We will find out next time. Although, actually, wait, are we out of time? We're close to it. We're very, very close to it. Alright, let's see if we can move anybody else, but we're basically there. Caritral, I really want to find you a nice army, honestly. Or a nice fight, rather. Let's send you out to sea. Oh. Not very much, because, oh, the sea is it's in Storm, eh? I don't like it. We could go out here and raise Orky territories. How many territories do you have again? 26? Something fairly big. Yeah, all this I take it as Orky then. I wonder if all this is Orky as well. And Deathmaster Snitch might be dead. You know what, we should also give you some cash payments. What are we at? -44 now? You'd love us if we were to kill the orcs, wouldn't you? I just want to trade with you. I just want your freaking 3,000 per turn. That'll obviously increase as well. Oh well. Let's see, Gora. Go into Zvorak for now, and then we'll hit Karak Azor. You. Well, you'll keep sacking all this stuff. I'd love to sail you out. Oh, here it's not attrition. Ooh, who's out here, by the way? Black Buckthorn. You know what? I'm tempted to go after Black Buckthorn. You know what? Go here. I just want another fight for the ogres, basically. I don't really care that it's not a fight that we actually need to take. If he stays near here, we're gonna attack him. Jelma Jenkins, once again I said last time that is too weak to bother with for Nakai, but hopefully we can find something a little bit tougher for Nakai. We're still waiting for Chaos after all. Ooh, an Armor of Destiny. It's a nice pickup. Very nice pickup. Move back in. and then go back to Magritta, then I guess go to that shipwreck as well. In fact, you'll actually heal up to full, so just go after that shipwreck. If Gentleman Jenkins wants to attack you, he's more than welcome to. Otherwise, what do we got here? Pradat, Gorok, you've already moved. Tepti, you're still recruiting, but you're almost there. Getting ready for chaos, and we will need another defensive force, so we will build a few more. But first, Confederate frickin' Krokgar. Anybody else? No, it does not look like it. I'm going to skip the rest of this. I don't believe there's any commandments available. Alrighty, let's add one more turn here. I just want to double check. We do have golden idols disappearing in 2 turns. So next turn, let's grab those golden idols. Ooh, and we should also check our rights as well. Military alliance negotiated between Eotain and Heralds of Ariel. Come on now. You want a military alliance now, eh? Ooh, could you have lost another army? How about Confederation? Again, if he lost another army, maybe he'll be more willing. No. Join war against... No. We're not joining any wars against you, because then that faction will seem weaker to you by virtue of us being at war with them and us being very powerful. I don't like that sort of thing. Khemri is now fighting with Clan Moors. Oh, good, they're all fighting each other. What do you want? What do you want? Some sort of alliance? They have ended the... You have it? Okay, Moff Cattell, kill them all. Are you serious right now, Wood Elves? Are you freaking kidding me? You have ended your non-aggression. Okay. I just find that extremely funny. Alrighty, upkeep for Saurus is in a good place. Let's just, before I forget, because I know if I end this episode earlier, I'll forget. Forge Golden Idols, get that back up, although I want to check. 1098, oh, 2% short, and we're just about to forge golden idols, which will make it go back to a lower time economy. Forge golden idols, I believe, is the basic building one right here. Alignments, forge them, and now we're back down to 1078. Damn it. It's okay, there will be more. There will be more, but in the meantime, let's also get... I think we were going towards a sequence of Grand Blessing, because I like magical attacks for own armies when in owned territory, because that'll really help us in the defense against chaos. I am immune to chaos attrition. Wouldn't that be so? Ooh, maybe we should just beeline towards the sequence of the ether for recovery. I mean, recovery on everybody, right? And geomantic healing as well. Maybe we should just ignore the second line for now, even though there's some amazing stuff in there. But getting a free geomantic healing... for all allies. Yeah, that would be nice. Physical resistance for all characters when defending is also nice. Ooh, armor piercing plus 50. There's some damn good stuff. Oh, and the sequence of andragogy. You give us 10 additional research rate, which would have put us over this if we had it. Alright, well then. Okay, well anyway, unfortunately we are out of time. I am going to try one more thing. Well, hey, we're going to kill you now, because you've declared that you don't want to be friends no more. Like an idiot. And in fact, wait, can we declare war on you right now? Yes, we can, because they're the ones that ended their the pact. Okay, Moff Cattell, get ready for this, buddy. You're gonna burninate those filthy wood elves. Go down here. That'll be something fun for you to do. Although the unfortunate bit about this is Orion's camp is within striking distance of Antok, which is maybe we just go out here. I don't care about the trespass. Just figure out where their armies are and hit the place with their armies so that we don't lose any actual territories. But one more time, let's try to confederate Gorok before we call this episode. Not the military alliance, but join confederation payments. Offer payment. 245,000. Oh, come on, Gorok. Or Krokgar, rather. Krokgar. Well, let's take it up to 300k next episode and see if he bites then. He is now at strength rank 8, so he's a little bit weaker. Just really hope he gets into a war that he doesn't really want to fight in. What if we declare war on the... what if we declare war on Grimgor's Ard boys, then pay him like 100k to join that war, then wait for him to lose a bunch of stuff and then attack. Although... there's also the problem that maybe if we do that, the orcs will just kill themselves trying to attack us, and, you know, they'd obviously fail. But anyway, we'll figure that out next time. So with that said, as always, I do appreciate any and all feedback with regards to the gameplay or the way I do things on this channel. I'll do all the point assignments and stuff between the episodes. All glory to the algorithm. and thanks for watching.